What's up guys, Mike here, and today we are covering a topic that I've talked about in the past, but I made that video almost 2 years ago and I don't think I really did a very good job, so I want to make another one. Also, after making that video, absolutely nothing has changed, so I think it's time to again talk about the clear path rule. Basically, I do not like this rule because I think it needs to go even further. I'm sick and tired of watching fast breaks and just watching defenders intentionally foul to stop them. So yeah, today's video is why the clear path rule needs to be changed and needs to be made more stricter. So let's just jump into it. So getting started here, let's talk about the NBA's definition for the clear path rule. A player can be called for a clear path foul if he commits a foul on a player who has a clear path on a fast break to an easy basket with no defender between the ball and the basket. Also, that fast break has to have started in the backcourt. The penalty for a clear path foul is 2 free throws and possession. Now, let me be clear here. I love the idea of the clear path foul rule. I think it's exactly what basketball needs, but unfortunately, right now, I don't think the rule goes far enough. I think it's 1, hurting the flow of basketball games, and 2, creating very dangerous situations for players. The reason for this is the part of the rule that states no player between the ball and the basket when fouled. Because of these words, right now the clear path foul is only good for stopping obvious situations where a player has a wide open path to the basket and the only way to stop him would be to foul him from behind. An example of this is this play, where Trevor Ariza gets a steal, has a wide open dunk waiting for him, but is fouled from behind. This is an easy clear path call. This is what should happen. The NBA also calls clear path fouls in situations like this, where a player is wide open for a pass that would lead to a layup but is fouled from behind, or on this, where a player attempts to pass the ball ahead to a wide open teammate but is fouled after he gets the pass off. The key word is after there, and we'll get to that in a second. But before we do that, I just want to ask you guys one question. Who is benefiting from any type of intentional foul that stops a potential fast break, even if there isn't a clear player with a wide open look at a basket? The answer is not the fans. We want to see as much action as possible without stopping play. We love fast-paced basketball. These fouls are stopping that. The answer also is not good teams that are creating the turnovers and running in transition. They are missing out on fast break chances and easy baskets. The answer is bad teams who are turning the ball over the most and in turn are fouling to stop the game, which is a joke. This rule is being exploited time and time again by the NBA's worst teams. So, with all of that in mind, let's take a look at examples of fouls that are not considered clear path fouls, and you'll understand why I get so angry about this. Watch here as Paul George gets a steal, clearly is going to score or at least fouled shooting on a fast break, but because according to the NBA, J.R. Smith established position in front of Paul George after entering the front court, this is allowed. Why does the NBA allow this? I can't think of a single good reason. It's basically the same thing as getting fouled from behind, except it's just closer to the basket, and J.R. Smith is technically in front of the basket, but still has no chance to stop Paul George here. He's allowed to cop out and foul though, so he does. Moving on to an even more ridiculous example of just how flawed this rule is. On this play, Shumpert steals the ball and heads to the basket. He is eventually fouled from the side to stop an easy layup, which would be a clear path foul, except that if you watch, Jason Terry actually makes it into the front court before Shumpert. So even though he was several feet off to the side when that happened, because he technically got there first, this isn't a clear path foul. Same thing here. Jazz player gets to the front court first, and so now he's allowed to do whatever he wants. And even worse, let's look at this play, where CJ Watson steals the ball and has a wide open layup. Lamar Odom fouls him, and this is allowed because the play originated in the front court, so the clear path foul rule is just thrown out the window. Why? Just why is this a thing? Why does it matter where the turnover takes place? Odom is still clearly fouling him from behind because he has no chance of stopping a wide open layup. It's just so stupid. Anyway, let's look at some more examples to hammer this home, because remember the pass ahead that was a clear path foul before? Well, the reason that was a clear path foul was because the pass happened before the foul. Here, Norris Cole throws the ball ahead to LeBron, who is wide open, but because the pass happened after the foul, this is not a clear path foul. How does that make sense? Who cares when the pass happened as long as there is is a clear attempt at a pass and a wide open player. This should be a clear path foul. The NBA has a continuation rule on shooting fouls when guys aren't even wide open. Why are they penalizing teams that have wide open dunks? And again, let's go further and watch as the Kings have a 4-on-1 fast break, but because the guy with the ball in his hands is intentionally fouled by someone ahead of him, there's no clear path foul called. Yeah, I mean, the defender is ahead of him, but who is guarding the 3 other Kings players here? No one? So why do they get penalized and the team that commits a foul like this is rewarded with a smart foul? Let's put an end to these smart fouls. They are negatively impacting basketball games. Again, as fans, we want to see fast-paced action. The league wants fast-paced action. They made several changes this offseason to speed up the time of basketball games. So why in the world are they continuing to reward plays like this that stop the most exciting play in basketball, the fast break? Getting even more into this, let's talk about the fact that some consider fouls like this a smart play. This is not a smart play. Let's stop glorifying it. What this is a defender exploiting the rules of basketball. It's the same thing as a player pump faking, drawing a defender, then going out of his way to jump into him and draw a foul. At one time, that was considered a foul, but the NBA changed it because players weren't even trying to shoot. They were looking to exploit the rules and jump into someone. The way the clear path foul rule is set up right now, defenders on fast breaks are not, I don't know, actually looking to play defense. Instead, they take every opportunity they can to just intentionally foul and stop a fast break. What kind of message is this sending to young players who watch basketball? Announcers actually have the audacity to say that was a smart foul when watching someone choose to give up on defense and instead commit an easy foul. The NBA is the highest level of basketball in the world. Players should be held to the highest standards. Refs should make defenders play defense. They should not be rewarding lazy play. And if you are still not convinced, let's move on to my final point here. Fouling on fast breaks is incredibly dangerous. The fast break is the most chaotic point in any basketball game. Players are moving at full speed, so the potential for disaster dramatically increases. Just watch here as Evan Fournier attempts to get a pass off, jumps, and is tackled by Marcus Smart. Sure, Fournier was fine, but he was also in mid-air when Smart decided to foul him. He easily could have come down the wrong way, but he just got lucky. If the league keeps rewarding players for running to intentionally foul the best athletes in the world when they are moving at full speed, eventually something horrible is going to happen. Eventually, someone's going to be pulled on a drive to the basket and tear something. Eventually, someone is going to jump to make a pass and come down the wrong way after they are fouled. It's so obvious that disaster could happen every single time a fast break takes place and defenders rush to foul the man with the ball. Can we just jump ahead of this and change something before it's too late? And remember, guys, all of these examples that I showed you are just examples I could find online. It's not really that easy to find YouTube compilations of clear path fouls. It's not that popular of a subject, but if you watch enough basketball games, you know what I'm talking about. You know that these fouls happen all of the time. Fast breaks are ruined all of the time. And personally, I'm just sick of it. I hope after watching this video, you understand why I'm sick of it. And maybe now you're gonna get very angry watching basketball games too. If that's the case, I'm kind of sorry, but I just hate this rule. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I do videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 6 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music.